Wisconsin lawmakers are trying to get all hands on deck on what they're calling the largest energy reform package that Wisconsin has seen in decades. It's called the Wisconsin Energy Reform Act, and it includes a farmland preservation component. Assembly Agriculture Chair Travis Tranel led the effort to include whether or not a large-scale renewable energy project should be sited on productive farmland.
Most of my constituents, they're not totally opposed to renewable energy. They just have a lot of concerns with where we're currently siting it. We're building solar farms, and I'm talking thousands of acres at a time here. We're building these farms on some of the best farmland in the state of Wisconsin. And as a farmer, when I drive by them, I don't think it makes any sense. And my constituents tell me they don't think it makes any sense either. So what we're trying to do is encourage the utilities to build these things on land that maybe is not so suitable for farming and would be better used in energy production. So simply put, the way we did it, we said, if you're going to build this stuff on the best land, for every 1 acre for these large projects that you're going to use, you have to buy an agriculture conservation easement on 4 other acres. So essentially what you're doing is you're protecting 80% of the best farmland in the state. And if you go down to maybe some of the land that's not the greatest but still pretty darn good, we lowered the ratio from 4-to-1 to 2-to-1. This still leaves a lot of land available for the utilities to build these projects on. It just protects some of our best land. And then if you really want to dive into the weeds, well, we actually tell them in the bill they have to focus on getting these agricultural easements from farmers first before they go and offer them to investors or land that might be owned by institutional buyers. We specify that the easements are going to cost $2,500 per acre. The easements are only good for the life of the project. So if the solar farm is supposed to last 20 years, the $2,500 per acre easement, it's a one-time payment payable over 5 years. But after 20 years, the easement expires, and then you can do whatever you want with your land. If they choose to renew the project, sometimes they're 20-year projects with an option to renew for another 20 years, then they would also have to renew the easement. It's a pretty well-thought-out, comprehensive reform package. We put a lot of time, energy, and effort into negotiating it, and I'm hoping that we can get broad support. We're obviously going to need Republicans and Democrats to support it because we need a Democrat governor to sign it. If you believe that it doesn't make sense to plaster wind and solar on the best farmland in the state of Wisconsin, this is a great bill.
Follow-up question on that. Does it only govern utilities, or does it govern anyone who wants to put land into renewable energy?
So it's large-scale solar and wind, and those are defined in state law as anything over 100 megawatts. So to put that into perspective for listeners, we're talking windmill arrays of 50 or more, and when we're talking about solar, we're usually talking about projects that are 500 acres or more. So if it was individual use or community solar or smaller projects, none of this would apply to that. It's only for the biggest projects that we get the most complaints about.
Representative Travis Tranel is the chair of the Assembly Agriculture Committee, providing us some of the agricultural details included in the Wisconsin Energy Reform Act. He's currently looking for more co-sponsors to bring the whole package to committee. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Stephanie Hoff.